All right, guys, so let's look at, we're gonna look at my favorite attack on the secondary leg in this position, which is the Aoki lock. And we'll talk about why we would do this, when to do it, and when not to do it, okay? So, back. You'll notice what Samer did to keep his hip from getting rotated is he put his hands on the floor. Okay, so let's go back down. If his hips are down, my right foot on the floor and my left foot, so lie all the way flat back. My left foot hooking here, my right foot on the floor. This is a pretty good series of wedges to turn him this way. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah, so we can usually get him going this way. And then later we'll look at what if we get him this way, then we can't get him that way. Okay, we have a response there too. But here, if his hands go to the floor and his hips come up, I don't have, keep your hips up, I don't have the same ability to rotate him, okay? But something else happens that's beneficial for us, okay? So if his hips are down, it's pretty easy for him to boot this leg. So boot this leg. Usually, I mean, like he's gonna wanna try to pull it out, but for the move we're gonna look at, the Aoki lock, the boots, it's hard to slide down. Okay, when his hips come up, it's more difficult for him to boot. Okay, so in situations where I find it's hard to turn him this way, okay, because his hands are on the floor and his hips are coming up, that's a very good situation to start chaining into Aoki locks, okay? So, what is an Aoki lock? Does everyone know what an Aoki lock is? Does anyone not know what it is? Okay, so you're gonna see one right now. So we start off with our grips like so, okay? I'm gonna slide down the leg as low as I can get it, okay? I'm going very, very low on the leg. Okay, now I'm gonna take my left arm and I'm gonna pull it across like so to get the heel on my ribs. So here it's not past my ribs, but on my ribs, okay? I slide down as low as I can get it. Now here, I pull it onto my ribs. And there are a couple different ways we can finish this. I can finish this with a Vafanculo grip, or I can make a rear naked choke grip. Does anyone know what Vafanculo means? No, okay, all right. You know what it means? Yeah, this is this is like a way to tell someone to go fuck yourself in Italy. Yeah, but it's also the actual grip that I'm using. So I started calling it a Vafanculo grip. Yeah. So you have this. You also have a rear naked choke grip. Okay, we just make a rear naked choke. Okay. The next step, and sometimes you'll actually do this concurrently with what you're doing with your hands. You can put a hook in. This is very important for finishing. And you can use this to push the leg and make it even easier to get it on your ribs, okay? Now once you've got it where you want it on the ribs, the next thing to try to prevent is the foot coming back this way and the heel passing over my wrist, okay? So now booting is gonna be very difficult, right? He's got my shin in his way and my arms gripping, right? So it's gonna be very difficult for him to boot defensively here. The next thing he might try is to pull a foot out, okay? So how are we gonna prevent that? Prevent that by pulling your wrist towards your body and bringing your chest forward. So imagine you're trying to cover this space here, okay? If I'm back, I'm not covering that space. It's easy for him, especially if he rotates the knee down. Rotate the knee down. Yeah, that way, good. He can pull it out, okay? So, I slide down. Now, so let's do it with the hips up actually. It's gonna be even easier to get this where we want it. Okay, now here, we hold here or here, and take care not to let this leg push through. This is obviously not good. So let's go back. Keep the leg up, bring your hips down again, just to make it easy. Keep the leg here, okay? You want the foot right inside the knee. This is not good. It's not terrible, but it's not ideal. This is the best, Okay, now here, I'm gonna keep my chest coming forward. Okay, I keep the foot on my ribs, and now we're gonna, let's do it slow together. We fall this way, and when we land, guys, the finish comes from rotating in this direction. Okay, so let's go back. Sometimes actually, you'll even get the finish, like I'll get the finish here. Like that happens a lot too, for sure. But if he's really strong and he really wants to test the limits of this, you fall down together. Now see how I was able to keep the foot in this spot? That's gonna make it even tighter. And I'm gonna push with my shin and rotate down. You okay? Yeah. Yeah, this one's very, very tight, guys. Do it slow. If you feel like you can't control, like if he's falling down too fast for you to control, it's okay to like do things like deliberately loosening the grip by like pushing the foot in or something. Does that make sense, guys? If we're falling this way, let's say I've got this, I feel like, oh no, we're falling too fast. You can just fuck it up for yourself so you don't hurt your training partner. Right, you come back. Let's come back all the way. So I'm here, like so. I'm trying to turn him this way. He does, see how, look, that makes it even easier to get this here. I didn't even have to use the foot to do it. Okay, so now I go here. I can go for this finish or the Wafang Kulo grip. Either one is good. Okay, once we're here, I cover the inside part of his ankle by leaning forward. And now, very slowly full. I was able to keep the foot exactly where I want it, so I can extend a little bit and then rotate down. And it's very easy to get a strong Aoki lock finish. Okay, makes sense, guys? Yep, one more time. We're here. I get this hook in. Okay? You pull this way. And we get the finish. All right, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3.